Now Eminem.
Eminem is responsible for Tupac's murder.
Presently, Eminem NM is liable for Tupac's homicide. It's been 25 years and counting, and the main point anybody can make without a doubt about the 1,996 homicide instance of rap star Tupac Shakur is that it simply continues onward from terrible to more. Regrettable, the police have been doing a few examinations, and evidently Keefe wasn't the only one engaged with Tupac's homicide. Eminem winds up in the midst of the entire show, and it could be the end for the rap god. Continue to watch till the finish of this video to see an Eminem captured in Tupac's homicide case. Trust me, you would rather not miss this. Before we get into the video, I need to give a fast holler to the main big name goldsmith, the Ice Champ. The Ice Champ yamped in a unique arrangement for the following 24 hours on jewelry, watches, chains, and more. Follow at the Ice Champ on Instagram. Now, Eminem attempted to kill Suge Knight after Tupac's passing. It's generally expected information that at one point Suge Knight was one of the most terrifying and most threatening figures in hip jump anyway. After the decay of Death Row Records and his conceivable contribution in the passings of Tupac and Big Deal, Knight's standing began to lessen, making him unwanted in large numbers of the circles he had once been in. Eminem has had numerous paramount quarrels over the course of the years, from his problem with Source magazine proprietor Benzino to his fight with rapper Automatic Weapon Kelly. Anyway, one of his less popular quarrels was with Death Row's Suge Knight. In a new Instagram live, previous unit rapper Bangam Smurf uncovers why Eminem almost battled Suge Knight in a tactical armor in the tell-all virtual entertainment sit-down. The rapper unveiled to his adherents that in 2003 Suge Knight had made an appearance to a 50-penny video go for IND the club unannounced. As per Smurf, he was getting a hairstyle at the time. Knight showed up so hard word about his appearance through a companion expressing, "I'm as far as possible back in the trailer getting a hairstyle, and so Shamani XL call me like you shug on the set." Enumerating his response, Smurf reviews, "I lost the cape and I'm captivated at the time, cause this is my most memorable time seeing Shook anyway." Knight didn't get them generally so well. Pressures between Knight, Gunnett, and Dre were reaching a crucial stage, and as per Smurf, the aggression was obvious. Solidly prepared to battle 50 pennies corner Smurf nitty gritty. "I hurried to the side like you this jaw outside. What do you maintain that I should do? Blow his brains out?" Yet on reflection conceded he was a hyper at the time. As per the rapper, Eminem, who had been outside at the hour of Knight's appearance, returned with a vest proclaiming it resembled a deadlock. "I realize it seems like a made-up film, yet it's truly evident. I recollect M50 resembled what's up, man. What you believe should do." As per Smurf, the previous Death Row Records chief had turned up just to do terrorizing type and left soon after. He held up with 30 Mexican team individuals. Suge Knight needed to pursue his retribution. Suge Knight purportedly attempted to have rapper Eminem, who was endorsed to Dr. Dre's opponent Mark Result Diversion, killed on two separate events. As per Eminem's previous guardian Byron Hughes N.S. Williams, primary episode occurred in 2001 at the Source Hip Bounce Grants. There was what was happening at the Source Grants, said Enormous Niaz in a meeting with Murder Expert Music Show. "It was our most memorable experience with Suge Knight and his cohorts. They had it to where the craftsmen couldn't sit with the guardians. I feel that was by plan, since I believe they truly believed the craftsmen should have the option to connect with one another. However, it additionally gives individuals who got hamburger with different craftsmen to get at them." Large Nas said he saw that Eminem was in the path and was warding off certain folks who were wearing red shirts. When they moved toward Eminem, they guaranteed that they were addressing Death Row Records and were clearly sent by Suge Knight himself to thump Eminem. Huge Nas quickly raced into the scene and hauled Eminem out of the circumstance, getting him to somewhere safe and secure. He called Dr. Dre and his guardian were around. "I said, look, I want you all to have that vehicle around when I call you." Yet the manner in which they had it set up, the limos can remain situated for like 30 seconds all at once before honoring pathway for the sake of security. So quick version, we wound up going behind the stage. Eminem did his show, and we needed to keep an eye out for folks behind the stage. Huge NS described further. He said the climate was too tense to even think about moving around nonchalantly. He, Dr. Dre, and Dr. Dre Protector continued full monster mode, attempting to shield Eminem from Suge Knight's hooligans. There was no space for fans who needed to get a signature or attempt to converse with Eminem. All they needed To do was finish the show and get everybody to somewhere safe and secure. On a second event, Eminem was on visit with his significant other and a couple of companions when one more occurrence occurred when their plane contacted ground in Hawaii. He was invited by 20 Honolulu cops who trapped him and offered the expression, "Death row is here." When the plane terrains, we are welcomed by 20 Honolulu cops, and they let us know that death row is here. They attempted to trim up. Suge Knight had sent 50 people to attempt to separate the show. When we arrived, excursion mode was over. We were locking and stacking, putting on tactical armor with their spouses and sweethearts sitting close to them. Large and OS review. Tupac passing around 300 p.m. On September 7th, 1996, Tupac showed up in Las Vegas with his better half, where he was booked to watch a fight between his close companion Mike Tyson and Bruce Sheldon, who held the WNEB, a heavyweight title for that year. He was likewise planned to perform at Suge Knight's Club 662. After the bout, Tupac demanded that his sweetheart and cousin stay behind in the lodging for their security. He hit the gambling club with his guardian Candid Alexander and his team, where he was changing out on a crazy mat. Azure of cash by 6:15 p.m. Tupac and his group went out to the bout at the MGM Excellent, where he was drawing in a ton of consideration from his fans. At around 900 p.m. One of the death row partners hauled Tupac to a corner where he murmured in his ear, saying that he had detected a man that he guaranteed had looted him half a month prior to the match. The man he spotted was Orlando Anderson, an individual from the South Side Crips, opponents of the crowd, Peru Blood group that Suge Knight was subsidiary with. Tupac approached Anderson on location and began tossing punches at him in seconds. Tupac's team went along with him and provided Anderson with the beating of his life. After the occurrence, Tupac and his team made a beeline for the lodging to put on something else and go out to Suge Knight's club, where Tupac was to perform. Prior to going to the club, they made a fast stop around evening time Chateau, which was somewhat close from Mike Tyson's house. Simply up the road en route to the club, they halted at a stoplight, while a white Cadillac moved up to the right half of Suge's BMW, and quickly shots began to fly through the window of the Cadillac. Tupac's gut Arden was driving the Lexus behind Suge and Tupac. When the episode happened, Tupac was shot multiple times and Suge was brushed with a slug in the head. Alon McDonald, one of Knight's exceptionally close partners, likewise had his Toyota Supra took shots at. He pursued the white Cadillac yet couldn't get to them. Tupac was hit 2 times in the chest, once in the thigh and once in the arm. One of the projectiles penetrated Tupac's lungs, and he was hurried to the College Clinical Focus of Southern Nevada to go through 2 crisis tasks. His whole right lung must be eliminated to forestall inward draining, and he was set in a restoratively prompted unconsciousness. While in the extreme lethargies, Tupac's head was said to have enlarged to 2 times its not unexpected size. His eyes lidded up with bodily fluid, and a finger on one of his hands was missing. Specialists attempted to revive him, however couldn't end the draining. At 4:03 p.m. on September 13th, 1996, he was articulated dead. Do you think Eminem wrecked Tupac? Do you think Suge Knight needed to pursue retribution on Eminem for killing Tupac? Join the discussion and let us in the remarks segment beneath. That is the finish of the present video, folks.